Welcome back. As a part of our conceptual class, we understood there are challenges when we are using joins, like joins on complex types. How do we handle the duplicate column names? So we understood that joins on complex types is almost like a joins on any other data type as well. We'll see a hands-on example for that. And also we understood we can handle the duplicate columns by using a different join expression, dropping the column after the join, renaming a column before the joins. We'll see one example for each of these approaches. Let's get started. What we will do is we'll go ahead and create the data frames. If you have already created the data frames as a part of your earlier joins hands-on, you can just reuse them. If not, go ahead and create these data frames. I have created a data frame called person. Now I am creating a data frame called graduate program. And I'm creating one more data frame called Spark status. Wonderful. I have created 3 data frames now. Let us go ahead and see how they look like and how many columns they have. We have 4 columns here and 3 records. Graduate program, that is the name of the data frame. Let's go ahead and see what is there as a part of the data frame. Yes, we do have 4 columns here, 3 records here, and one more data frame being Spark status. Let us see how many columns are there and how many are there. Okay, we have 2 columns and around 3 rows here. Okay, so the reason I'm showing these data frames is we should know what are the data frames we are working with. What is the nature of the data as a part of the data frame? Then only it will be easy for us to combine them, join them. Let us tackle the first one now. Okay, if you see here, in the first data frame, that is the person.show, we do have a complex data type. It's an array. Okay, let us go ahead and check what is the schema of this. Let us see. You can see, and it's an array. Okay, now if we join the person data frame with any other data frame, how do we tackle that? What we'll do is we'll join the person data frame with Spark status data frame and see how we can work with that. Let me go ahead and create a statement here. Person dot, I will rename the column in the person data frame, because if you see here, we have a ID here in the Spark status also, and we do have a ID in this person data frame as well. So there may be a confusion there. Let me go ahead and rename this ID as a person ID and join that with the Spark status. ID as, I'm renaming the ID as person ID. And I want to use a join here, and I want to join with the Spark status. And we want to give a expression here. Here expression we can give as array contains. So I am trying to see if Spark status is there as a part of the ID. Okay, and I want to see that. Let me execute this and explain you what is happening as a part of this. Remember, we are trying to join person data frame with the Spark status data frame. Here you go. What exactly happening is the Spark status is there as a part of the person data frame. Okay, so my expression to join the person data frame with the Spark status is this. What I am saying here is wherever the array contains the status ID, if that is equivalent to the ID in the Spark status, join them together. The way we are providing the expression maybe little bit different, but apart from that, everything is same. You're not doing anything extra here. So whenever you are joining the column where the column is of a complex data type with any other columns, you got to take care of the expression, the way you are providing the expression. Otherwise, join is a join. It works with the complex types also. It works with the other primitive data types as well. Wonderful. I hope you guys got that. Whenever you are working with the complex types, just take care of the expression depending upon the requirement in the project. Rest of the join works same. Now that we understood this, let us move on and tackle if there are any duplicate columns, what should we do? First and foremost thing is we have to provide the different join expression. For that, let us do some preparation here to demonstrate how we tackle the duplicate columns. I want to create a one more data frame from the graduate program data frame by renaming the column so that both of them have a duplicate ID. So graduate program, and I'm going to see graduate program. I'll say with column renamed. I want to rename the ID as a graduate program only. Okay, this is what I want to do. Let me go ahead and execute this and show you what's happening here. Okay, if you see, I renamed this particular column as a graduate program. Earlier it was ID. Why did I do that? I wanted to create a duplicate column. If you see person.show, this also has a graduate program as one of the column. So when we join these two data frames together, we have duplicates. Now that the data frame has changed, I need to go ahead and create a different join expression. Okay, I'll say join expression is equal to, I'll say person, that is the name of the data frame, and in that the ID is graduate program. Okay, and that is equal to graduate program app. This is the name of, and again the ID there is graduate program only. This is our expression. And let us reuse our earlier code. Let's say in this case we want to go for a inner join. And instead of graduate program, I'll say graduate. Okay, let me go ahead and execute these statements. This is the join expression, and join type is inner. And let me execute this statement. There you go. Now this is a graduate program. The first four columns are from graduate program data frame. The next four columns are from the person data frame. If you see, we have graduate program. There is a one column here, and there is a one more column with the same name here. So how do we tackle this? One approach is, let's go ahead and select only some of the columns which we want and assign that to one more data frame. That is one approach. Let us try doing that and see what happens. Say graduate program app, and I'll say join expression and the join type as well. Yes, and I will go ahead and select only few columns, like definitely the duplicate column, because we definitely want that. And the next thing is, like, we do have a degree, department, and school. Okay, this is what I want to select. Let us see if it works or not. So because we are having a duplicate column name, as we have seen here, I want to select only the few columns and only once the graduate program. I have built a statement. Let us see if it works or not. It will not work. And there is a reason for that. Let me go ahead and execute this. Okay. It will not work. Then how do we fix this? Very, very simple. All I have to do is, we know there is a duplicate column. That is the main key for our expression, join expression. Instead of specifying the join expression, go ahead and specify that particular column itself as a part of the expression. Here I will say graduate program. Now this should work. There you go. So whatever we want to select after this join, we are able to select when we provided the column name itself as a expression. This is one way of fixing the duplicate columns. There are other two ways which we'll see one by one. Next way is dropping the column itself. Let us go ahead and see that. So let me take this one, drop the duplicate column. And whenever you are dropping, you got to specify the name of the data frame and ID also. Let's show. This is one more approach. Let's go ahead and execute this statement. There you go. Now one of the column, that is a graduate program, which is a duplicate column, is gone because we dropped that column, okay, from one of the data frame. This is the second way of handling the duplicate columns. The third way is, before even you join, go ahead and rename the duplicate column. That will also serve the purpose of handling the duplicate columns. I'll create one more data frame, that is graduate program column renamed, and I will say graduate app, and with column renamed, I'll rename the graduate program as a graduate ID. That should work. Okay, so let me show you here. You can see this particular column is renamed as a graduate ID. Now that we changed the name of the data frame, we got to change the join expression as well. Let us go ahead and change the join expression. Okay, we change the join expression according to the name of the new data frame. Let's execute this. Fine. And let us go ahead and join this person, join expression. We got to change this name here. So I created a one more join statement where I'm joining a person data frame with graduate program column renamed, because we renamed the graduate program column in this data frame to a graduate ID. Let's execute this statement. There you go. So we don't have any duplicate columns here. Graduate program is there here and graduate ID is there. Wonderful. We have seen the different ways we can handle the duplicate columns. First and foremost thing is you can use the column name as a expression that would solve the problem automatically. Second way is dropping the duplicate column. The third way is before even you join the two data frames, rename the column and join them. Three ways of tackling the duplicate columns. Please do practice all these things. Thank you.